Hey, what is up, y'all? So today we are back with Dauntless, which is relatively new. It just released on PC back in May, as I understand it, but it's now on console. And so I pulled it up on my Switch because I was curious about what all the hype was about, and I ended up pulling it up on my computer, downloading it on Steam to see if there was any sort of differences, maybe in the way the console version operates versus the PC version. And there are no differences; everything is exactly the same. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about what they're doing right and what I think they can improve on. Being that they're a new game, they've talked about how they're open to people commenting in, emailing them, tweeting at them, and kind of giving them suggestions on how they can make the game better. Now, I did tweet at them at one point, and we're going to talk about that a little bit as well, and kind of, someone's running around. What is he doing? This dude is getting hype. Okay, so let's just jump into it. So the first thing I want to show you guys off the bat is I want to show you what the menus look like, because as someone with a visual impairment, I have noticed a lot when I go in and try and find games that are accessible to me. You can look at gameplay all you want, but when it comes down to it, right, a lot of us, it's the text that gets us. So I want to show you guys what the menus look like and the text size look like. So the first thing we're going to go into is the mastery. You can see the text size is not too bad, and we will get to a setting here in a minute that talks about that a little bit more. So you have your mastery section, you have your quests. Now you can see in this section, it's getting a little bit smaller in places. The objectives, you can see that's not super great to read. And then we'll go into the hunt pass, which is, I guess, effectively your battle pass. And I don't have this, but I mean, those are pretty simple, right? You know, you see the picture, you get the thing. It's nothing too terrible there. Your maps, which are for your individual battles. You have your equipment. This is hit and miss. So we've got some things that are pretty small. We've got some things that are okay. But if you're going based off something like pictures, it might not be too bad for you in particular. We have your personality. Now, this game got me because I have never played a game personally. I know there are games out there that are like this, but I've never played one personally that had such crazy appearance options. I mean, if you look through this, I mean, down to things like your specifications on what your chin looks like, this game goes into. So if you're the type of person that really likes to heavily customize your character, this is something that you'll really enjoy. And I found this a lot of fun to play with, even though truthfully a lot of things I did not particularly change because I was just not really sure what I was doing with it. So this is pretty cool. The text is pretty small here though as well. But in some of the more obvious things, you can, if you look at the face of what you're doing, you can kind of tell, obviously, what's happening. Some of them are a little more subtle, and when it came to those, I kind of was like, well, maybe I don't actually need to do that much. So you have your, let me go back, sorry, wrong button. You have your quick chat options that you can customize to your liking. Your sign and banner you can customize. A lot of these things you have to unlock, which I've not done. You have your move list, and this is another spot where we see that the text gets pretty small, and I'm currently on a 43 to 47, I'm not sure which it is, size monitor. My computer monitor is actually my TV screen in my bedroom. So it's a pretty good size monitor, and I'm sitting maybe 3 feet away at the most, and I'm struggling to read this quite a bit. I would have to put my face pretty close to the screen to read this. So that one's not ideal by any means. So now we're going to go into our options, and this is where we're going to talk about the text size a little bit more. So you have a lot of options in this game. You can adjust your brightness. Okay, so here's the text size, right? So we have, I am all thumbs today. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Okay, we have the text size. So you have a normal, which is smaller, and then you have a large, which is what I have it on. So we've only got 2 text size options at the moment in this game. And I think they're definitely on the right track with this. I don't think it's ideal for people with visual impairment, obviously, but I do think they're going in the right direction. So I would really like to see them implement some more larger text size options, and XL and XXL, you know, for those of us that can't see it that well. And I think that that would really improve the player experience a lot, because there have been aspects of this game that I don't know what on earth is going on, because I can't really read the text in those menus. And I'm like, well, I guess it's not that important. I'm just not even going to worry about it, because it's not really worth me trying to strain my eyes in order to see it. So that's kind of the major downside with this game that I'm seeing. It's really the only visual accessibility option. You can go through and you can see other options, but you're not going to see a whole lot more than that, at least for visual disabilities. But there are other accessibility options. So if, you know, a visual disability is not the only thing that affects you, you are going to have some other things you can mess with here. There are fully remappable controls, that sort of thing. So I do think they're going for sure in the right direction with this game. I would just like to see them amp it up a little bit more. So that is where we talk about now that I did tweet at them earlier in the week, I believe it was, and I said, hey, I would really love to see you guys implement some larger text sizes. I think that you're on the right track. I would just really love to see it be a little more accessible for people with visual disabilities. And they didn't acknowledge me. They didn't tweet back. They didn't acknowledge it with a like or anything like that to say that they had seen it. So I don't know if they saw it or not. I don't know if it's something that they're going to implement or not. So I would definitely urge you guys, if this is a game that you really want to play, or just in general with the gaming industry, to email them, tweet at them, and make it something that's more noticeable to them, because maybe they just didn't see mine, but maybe they might see yours. So something that we can sort of do as a community to outreach a little bit more, because if they say that they're open to changes and improvements, I definitely think that this is a change or improvement that would benefit a large community of people, and it would make their game more accessible, and it would make people play it more, which, I mean, honestly, for them in turn might just make people spend more money. So those are the basic settings. So this is your, I guess, home base area. You can see a lot of people running around. This is sort of a communal space where people plays, or you can buy items and you get your quests. You can see up in the upper right-hand corner one of the quests I have active currently. So I do wish the running in this game was a little bit faster, but I do notice a lot of people run faster than me, so I'm not sure if maybe I just haven't unlocked something yet. This over here is where you can craft and repair and alter your weapons. Over this way is going to be your armory area where you can get your armor set up. And if you're seeing any lag, that is the game. That is not my recording system. I have been noticing quite a bit of lag on the servers, and I'm guessing that's because they recently released on console and they're not necessarily used to the amount of people that are on here. So what's interesting, though, is that when I played it on my Switch the first day I downloaded it, I had zero lag at all. So I don't know if that was maybe just I got lucky that day, but the past 2 times I've played it on my computer, I have had lag, quite a bit of lag. And you can kind of see it here as we're getting into a busier area. But the lag that I do see is mostly centralized to this sort of communal area. I don't get a lot of it when I'm in the actual hunts, which is nice. It has happened, but it is significantly less likely. So you can see your kind of communal area here. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to actually take you guys into a match. And you can see here I am using a controller on a PC. Don't judge me. I don't have a capture card for my Switch. I'm a terrible PC gamer. This is just what works for me. So yeah, I'm that person that everybody hates. Sorry. But it's what's accessible to me, so it's what I do. So it prepares you for your hunt. It's going to pull in some other people. You go in for your hunt with 3 other people. So there's 4 people total to take down the monster. And you can hack off certain areas of the monster, the tail, a leg, you can get a tusk or something. And that will, in turn, you can go back and use that to craft things like your better armor or craft armor in general. So now it's found the people, and it's going to send me into the lobby for that. And there we are right there. Oops. So, okay, apparently you can edit some stuff while you're in here. That's cool. Okay, so we're ready to go. And let's see here. And you can see also it gives you a recommended weapon power and armor power for each match as you go in. And so mine, I picked, this is the very first monster you battle in the game. It's just the one I randomly just picked. So you can see my armor is a bit over the recommended, which just means it's a little bit easier and you're less likely to get your ass whooped. So that's always a plus. So yeah, you can see everybody else on here but me is console. So I'm the only person on PC right now. So it's been really, really popular with the console gamers since it dropped. I'm not sure why I haven't seen that many people on PC. I mean, I've done quite a few matches now, and I think I've only seen maybe 1 or 2 other people on PC. It's been primarily Switch players, if I'm being honest. And then Xbox has come in second, and I have not seen one single PlayStation player so far. So it's interesting, the sort of demographic of people that are becoming interested in this game as it drops. So now it's going to drop us in, and you can go around and you can collect some stuff, some items and things to use for later, and everybody kind of does it in the beginning. And then at some point, everybody just decides, okay, now it's time to go kick some ass. And everybody goes in and they just start wailing on the monster. So go over here. So yeah, we're getting some lag in this, which honestly has made this not super enjoyable to play. I will have to go back in and pull this up on my Switch and see if this was just purely a PC issue or if this is a game issue in general, because I don't have a bad computer. I have a gaming computer and it's got a lot of memory and RAM on it. So I'm not sure why I'm experiencing this. And I play a lot of Paladins. Well, that didn't work. And I don't ever get lag in that game on my computer. So I'm guessing the issue is just primarily they did not expect the amount of activity that they're getting. And that is sort of affecting their servers at some point. So hopefully that is something that they can get fixed. I'm kind of just running around aimlessly, honestly. I just figured I would kind of show you guys what everything looks like in this game. It looks good. I like the open areas. There's a lot of stuff you can kind of go in and hunt for, and oh, hello, and look for different items that you can take. And the sound effects are great. Overall, I mean, I think this game has a lot of potential. It's new, so it's understandable that everything is not, 100% amazing from the get-go. There's gonna be issues, especially when you're releasing something that is an online game that is playing actively by people. So I definitely see room for improvement, but I also think they're off to a really great start. And I don't think this is a bad game by any means. And if this is a game that interests you, I've seen it recommended as like a free-to-play Monster Hunter, because this game is free to play. If this is something that interests you, I mean, I would definitely recommend checking it out and seeing if it is something that you can play if you do have a visual impairment and works for you. And if it does, I would definitely say try it out. And if it doesn't, like I said, contact them and tell them and say, this is what doesn't work for me, and this is what I would like to see improved to make your game more accessible, and give them the opportunity to make those changes is what I think would be the best way to handle it personally. I think I will try and contact them again. I think maybe I'll try and send them an email. Maybe they just didn't see my tweet. Oh, we're glitching. Are you not allowed to do that? Okay, apparently not. I guess we can't do that. But I'm going to contact them again because I would like to see the changes. Oh, and so you can see up here, see these little glittery things? These are the items that you can collect. So these things you can collect will always have that sort of sparkly look to, or maybe yeah. So we're getting, it says hold. Okay, so we're getting whatever that was. Don't know what it was, never seen it before, but we got it. Okay, so where is this dang monster? It looks like somebody's wailing on it, but I haven't found it. Oh, it's off that way, okay. I've never used a map system like this either, so I'm like half the time I'm like, where am I going? I don't actually know. Oh, is this where we're supposed to be? This looks right-ish. Oh, something's exploding. I don't know what that was. The different weapons you can get in this game are really cool too. Each weapon obviously has its different strengths and weaknesses, and right now I'm kind of using the Pokey Poke. That's been fun. But you can also get a big old sledgehammer you can wail on. You can get little smaller ones you can whack people with. I saw somebody with something that looked like guns, which I've not seen yet as something that's accessible to me, so I don't know. I guess it's something you have to get a little bit later in the game. but I saw it and it looked pretty cool, and it allowed you to keep a little bit more of a distance with everything, which was nice. Oh, this guy likes to flop on everybody, so that's always fun. So you've got a couple different abilities here, and now you can see the lag is picking up quite a bit. We've got some different abilities. We've got some different little wacky whacks you can do to, you know, whack people. And this guy's pretty easy clean. Oh no, did he flop on me? Okay, we're good. So we're gonna just wail on him and wait for him to just keel over, which is pretty much the goal. Make the monster keel over and try and harvest its parts, because, you know, that's not morbid at all or anything. Uh-oh. He's angry! Oh. Not today, Satan. What is he? He's just like flopping around. Oh, he got me. Okay, that's cool. A plus, buddy. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, teammate down. So when your teammates go down, you gotta go rescue them. Sometimes you can, oops, wrong button. Sometimes you can kind of rescue yourself. Why is it not letting me rescue this person? Okay, I don't know why that didn't work. Sometimes it'll let you revive yourself. Sometimes it doesn't. So I'm not, maybe you have to have a certain item in your inventory or type of item in your inventory or tonic or something. It let me do it a few times and then sometimes it didn't. So I'm not really sure what the connotation is there. Like I said, with the lag I was experiencing when I was playing this earlier in the week, it made it kind of hard to do heavy research on this game to give you guys full details on it. Because A, I'm getting a lot of lag. B, I can't comfortably read everything. And that sort of made that a little bit difficult. So if this is a game that you want to get into, I would definitely recommend watching some other more in-depth reviews of the game. There are some gamers out there who got this game ahead of time before it fully released on console and have played it longer. So they have more experience with it and they can probably do a better job of explaining things than I can. Apparently this thing moved. So I'm mainly just trying to give you guys a good overview of what is going on and if this game works for you. Obviously visual impairment it's really individual, right? I mean, every one of us are so different, even if we have the same disease. I mean, I know other people with Stargardt disease who just, their vision is completely different than mine. And things that I see, they can't see, or things that I can't see, they can see. So it's very dependent on that. And that's where doing this series is kind of a blessing and a curse. It can be a little tough at times because I can't say that every game is 100% accessible for every person visually. But I can give you a good idea of what may or may not work for you and the problems that I see that might affect you or might not. So, I mean, I'm 2200, so I'm right on that edge of legally blind, but I've had a more aggressive form of the disease because 4 years ago, I didn't even have glasses. I guess we're coming up on 4.5 years now, but 4.5 years ago, I didn't even have glasses. I was 20/20. And then I went to the eye doctor and they said, oh, you need reading glasses. And I said, okie doke, no big deal. And then the next year I went back and they said, oh, your vision's gotten worse. And I said, well, is that going to keep happening? And they said, well, no, it shouldn't. I said, okay. And then the next year I went back and they said, your vision's getting worse. And I said, well, you said that wasn't going to keep happening. And they said, well, we don't know. And then by the third year I went in and they said, there's something wrong. We need to send you to an ophthalmologist. And I said, okie dokie. So they go, and I initially was misdiagnosed with a different visual disorder that actually is not better, but easier to deal with, and actually has treatment of multifocal choroiditis. And that first ophthalmologist was just a crack, honestly. And then I ended up getting a second referral, and that's when they told me, no, you have Stargardt disease. You are legally blind. You're going to continue to lose your vision, and this is your life now. There's nothing we can do. And that was obviously heartbreaking to deal with and to hear and try and digest because your whole life is turned upside down. Everything that you know is different. So for me, I mean, ever since I was a kid, I've always been a gamer. And it was really important for me for my mental health to figure out how can I still enjoy this thing that I love and still do it and not have it be a total frustration. And I'm not going to say it hasn't been a total frustration because it absolutely has. That was what ended up leading me to getting my Switch, as I was pretty much an Xbox gamer. And, oh, can I heal myself? Do I have a healing thing? I do, thank goodness. I was primarily an Xbox gamer and I was having such a hard time finding games that were accessible to me on the Xbox. And I would spend hours and hours downloading games. I mean, y'all, I live in the middle of nowhere. My internet is not great. It takes a while. That's why I don't stream. I can't. And I would download games, and then I would get them. Oh, we got them. And then I couldn't play them. So I ended up getting the Switch because, Nintendo is pretty visually accessible for the most part. And so that's just what's easier for me. And so I typically play it on Switch. I did not do well. See, I'm not great at this game. I've had some matches where I've done pretty dang good. And then I've had some matches where I'm just a trash fire on sticks. So, but here you have your end screen at the end of the match. And you can see the text size in this is so. I mean, again, I'm struggling a bit to read it. It's pretty blurry for me. If I put my face up closer to my TV, it might be a little easier, but it's not terrible. It's just, I think they can do better, and I want to see them do better. And if they can do better, I think I would give them a significantly more glowing review. Like I said, I don't want anybody to think I think this is a bad game or I'm trashing this game, because I'm not. I think it's a great concept. I love free-to-play games personally. I love games that you can get in and start playing without having to invest $60, $70, $80, because I mean, that right there, you don't have all the features, sure, but I mean, you can play these games and never have to invest a penny into them if you can't afford it. So I think that's really great. But I do have some changes I definitely want to see them implement as they move forward. So maybe at some point, if they can do that, maybe we can reassess again and we can replay around, and maybe I'll be not as crappy at this, and we'll see how things look from there. But so there you guys go. This has been Dauntless. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments below. Tell me what you think of the text size in this game. What do you think of the game as a whole? What do you think they can do better? What do you think they're already doing a really good job of? I really want to start a sort of Discord about that in the comment section of these videos, because I think if the developers come across these videos, I don't want them to just take my opinion and think that my opinion is maybe the only way. I want them to read through the comments and see what other people are thinking too, and see maybe what other people are suggesting, because we're a whole community full of individuals and we all have so many different ideas and thoughts and opinions. So tell me what you think of that, and also let me know what you think of this different game format. I wanted to switch things up for this video and not do the format I did in my first video where I was just showing clips. I wanted to physically go into the game with you guys and show you the menus, show you the text size, show you what the gameplay looked like. Because like I said, when you do things like gameplay trailers and you watch them, they show you the gameplay, but they don't show you the text size, the options, So I really wanted to make a point to show you guys that, so you can sort of get a really good idea. Because yeah, it's a free-to-play game and you could just download it, but if you could not waste 6 hours of your life downloading a game if it's not going to work for you, or maybe it entices you to maybe want to just take that plunge because you weren't sure about it. That's what I'm hoping this will help with. So let me know what you thought of that in the comments below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let me know what game you want to see me review next. I have a couple of ideas, but I want to hear what the community thinks. So put that down below as well. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.